some bunnies with a bazooka dunk.
Way downtown, bang! Bang!
Mama, there goes that man.
So I'm gonna do the clear out, and my clear out is with these basketball parents. You are ruining the game. And we've been watching a playoff series of players with getting blowing out their Achilles tendon and these overuse injuries, calf strains, and all this comes from you punk ass parents who try to live your hoop dream through your kids. Here's why. When you see that your kid excels at basketball, what do? You say, okay, you're going to be good. And you probably think to yourself, I would like to be that good. And I wish I had this. So we are going to live out this hoop dream. We are going to train. We are going to play all the time. We are going to sign up for all these tournaments. We have these hoop dreams. But what happens is that you start these kids off specializing early in basketball. And now these kids are getting overuse injuries. We saw it in baseball. Steven Strasburg, he was throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs in high school for no reason during tournaments. He was supposed to be the greatest baseball prospect we've ever seen. He was out in the major leagues in like 6 years because he and his parents had to play all the time, all year long. The reason why 82 games isn't the problem isn't because that players are soft now. No, because you know what? Back in the day, when basketball season was over, you know what the kids used to do? They'll play pickup game a little bit in the summer, but that's it. They'll play pickup a little bit in the summer. They would go out. They would have fun in the summer. Their parents weren't taking them across the country in tournaments. Why do you have your 10-year-old playing 4 states away in a basketball tournament? There aren't NBA scouts there. There aren't college scouts there. Nobody cares about your 10-year-old and that he won an AAU tournament. But yet, you live in South Carolina and you're driving to Ohio to play in a 10-year-old AAU tournament. You got adults ranking 12-year-olds like he's the best 12-year-old in America. For what? For what? You have colleges giving 13-year-olds offers. They haven't even fully grown. They're not really full people yet. But you're giving a 13-year-old an offer because he's the best 13-year-old in the country? That's insane. So you fast forward to these kids playing these tournaments, these games over and over again, year in, year out, specializing so early. And then now they're 24, 25, and they're blowing out their Achilles. They're having these overuse injuries. And a lot of these AAU tournaments aren't played in great areas. They're only played in convention centers where they're putting wood over concrete floors. They're not playing in high school gyms sometimes. They're playing wherever they can put some wood down or whatever. So you have that. You have kids playing all the time, playing too much. You have the fact that kids are specializing too early. You have all these things, and that's what's leading up to this, to not only the injury epidemic that we're seeing in the NBA, but you're seeing also just some of the valuable play. Because guess what? When these kids travel to go on these tournaments, the coaches aren't coaching. It's just a bunch of kids together playing in this weekend. There's no plays. There's nothing. It's, I'm going to show up for the scouts. They're not growing. And you're taking these star kids a lot of times out of their community. You're taking them out of high school where a coach actually coached them, teach them the game. And look, I know it's a really stay off my lawn take, but keep the kids in their local schools. Let them get coached. Let them have to learn how to carry a team. But all that said, going back to the injury epidemic that we're seeing in the NBA, it all starts from, again, these punk-ass parents trying to live their hoop dreams through their kids. And so that's why it's not about shortening the NBA season. It's not about these players are softer than players of an older generation. It's the fact that these players are playing too much. The reason why we knew that players back in the day like Wilt Chamberlain could run a 4.4 was because Wilt Chamberlain ran track. None of these basketball players are doing any other sports but play basketball. They're not playing football. They're not playing baseball. They're not doing anything that's really just giving them a broader athletic base. They play basketball. They lift weights, hopefully properly, probably not. And so this is what we're seeing. So if you want to fix the NBA injury epidemic, fix AAU. Fix these punk ass parents. And that's how you make a better game. And that's how you stop these overuse injuries. So that's something that's been bothering me, Josh. People are just saying they keep complaining about the season, but man, I've seen these kids. Like I've seen it. I don't understand why we are ranking children.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing. And I get it. They've become YouTube sensations, social media, and they're all this other stuff. But what does it mean to be the best 10-year-old in the country? Like, what does that even mean? Like, there's no job. You're not going to get, I mean, you might get jobs like it means nothing. You're still growing. And it's the adults. The adults are who are saying the games get better. The adults at the same time ruining the game.
They are. They're taking the fun out of everything. It's kind of crazy, and it's not borderline toxic. It's very toxic because it's just like you said before, like parents are just living their dreams to their kids and trying to get them to like win a whole bunch of money so they can get themselves out of a financial situation, and that's the trend that I'm seeing too. But I think it's super weird that we're ranking kids. It's like borderline creepy, man. I'm just like, why are we following kids around? What is this?
It's kind of crazy. It really is. I think that we've seen it. That just never really works out. We have players like Mikey Williams, who YouTube sensation, one of the best players. He moved from California to go to a prep school in Charlotte, and then all these things, and then everything just fell apart for him. And and it was that I can't think of his name. The little kid, he was short, and he had all these handles, and he would be weird.
Julian Newman.
Yes, him. And he couldn't even make a college team, but he had all this height. He was the best. He was the best 7th grader in the nation, and now he can't make a college team. So what did that didn't help him? It hurt him. You know,
he's like 5 foot.
Exactly. Right.
he was like, I could lock up Steph Curry.
So he played somebody recently. I can't remember. I have to find it. It was I have to find it. And they embarrassed him. It might have been Lou Will.
No. It was another like straight ball, I think. I think I know what you're talking about. They got into a fight too, like a little bit in our one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, it was like he got abused. But and the thing is, the same thing. What we're seeing is because of these, that's why like LaMelo Ball doesn't know how to play winning basketball because he's never had to play winning basketball. He'll put up empty numbers, but he doesn't know how to play winning basketball. But yeah, that's just about what's been bothering me to close out this NBA season is that everyone thinks they have the answer of like, oh, it's short in the season, but no, it's the season is fine. And maybe spacing give it some time between games, more time, sure. But no, man, the reason why it's these punk ass parents, and once they get out of control, under control, because listen, back in the day, the parents are like, there wasn't any money in basketball, so parents are like, listen, I just need you at the house, be healthy or whatever, and that's fine. And so they weren't saying, oh, you have to play in 8 summer tournaments because you have to move up the rank. No, they're like, all right, play. They weren't paying thousands of dollars to get their kids in tournaments, which is
right.
Insane. But anyway, I'm rambling. So yeah, we've had a good show today. We touched on a lot of things today.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good one.
All right, man. So with that said, I'm B Moore. That's J Moore. Another Tribe Called Swish presentation. We'll holler at y'all later on, man. Peace.
Peace.